There's some of the king crab. This is octopus country, it looks like. Oh boy. Yeah.
All right, folks, this right here is the workhorse of the Bering Sea. You are going to find more boats fishing this size and style of pot than any other pot out there. They make them smaller, they make them larger. 7 buys, 8 buys, even 10 buys. This is a 6.5 buy. The reason being, it is 6.5 feet by 6.5 feet. And it weighs 750 pounds. Now, the first thing we're going to do when we land this on the boat is over here where I'm pointing. These hydraulic dogs, they come up, they center that pot on the launcher, and they lock it down. Then we're going to raise it up. In comes the sorting table. The men move in, they undo the door straps, they grab that door, throw it up on the top. This is all happening very rapidly. Coming up. This is the double action feature. Now you want to be paying attention at this point. 99% of the time, everything goes fine, but I have seen it happen a number of times. This dog breaks, a hydraulic line blows, something releases those ears. Maybe the guy just forgot to put them on. 750 pounds, it tumbles out, it lands in the middle of the sorting table, it bounces once and it ends up on the other side of the boat, and it destroys everything it comes in contact with. Coming down.
Now this is not hands-on. What we're going to do here is we're going to gather these crabs up out of this pot. They have very powerful pinchers and they have sharp spines all over their body. So what we're going to do, we're going to ask everyone to hold their seats. We're going to gather them up. We're going to spread ourselves across the deck of the boat, holding them up in the air and sharing some fabulous facts as we go about getting some photos. So we're going to ask everyone once again to hold their seats so everyone has the same opportunity. We've definitely got an octopus problem. And then these octopus are all over the place, and they do make their way up into these pots, and it's quite a buffet. Now, these are the golden Alaskan king crab. I don't know if we mentioned it, but there are 3 types of king crab we commercially fish here in Alaska. Along with the golden or the brown crab here, there is a blue king crab, and then the most popular one is the red king crab. Now, they're all delicious. You throw them in a boiling pot of water, they all turn red, and you cannot tell the difference. These crabs right here have to be 7 inches across the back in order to keep them commercially. So we're going to measure them just like this. Any crab 7 inches or greater, we can put them into the tank. Any crab under 7 inches or any female crab, regardless of their size, will be released back into the water. Now, it's very easy to tell the difference. These are all male king crab. They have this triangular shaped pointed tail right here. The female king crab, she's going to have almost like a fan-shaped tail. It's going to be like a half a seashell, and it is going to encompass her whole underside. Now, the reason she has that large abdominal flap is because that's where she will carry her eggs. And a large adult female king crab can carry upwards of 100,000 eggs. She'll carry it for almost 8 months' time, and she will do that almost every year of her life. Now, the mortality rate for these young crabs is very high. Less than 1% of those young crab will actually survive to even be an adult crab. So you can see why the females are vital to the sustainability of our crab fisheries. Now, the average weight, this guy here probably weighs about 6.5 pounds. The average weight of a legal golden king crab is about 7.5 pounds. We've got one on the wall in the galley that weighed 13 pounds. I've got a red king crab at home on my wall that weighed 17 pounds. And if you ever do find yourself in Kodiak, Alaska, On the wall of the village bar, there is a 26.5-pound red king crab, by far the largest that I am aware of out there.
Now that octopus actually did us a favor.
Yeah.
Now we can show you guys a few more things. If you look inside of that shell, that red stuff there, it's almost like a gel, rubbery gel. That's the start of a new shell. These crabs, they're going to molt every year. That's how they grow, how they get bigger. They're going to lose that outer shell. And when they do, they're going to have a real soft shell underneath, almost like Jell-O. And that time of year, they're pretty vulnerable. Everything's trying to eat them. A big halibut, they'll suck up a king crab in a soft shell state like a Twinkie. Now, to protect each other, what these guys are going to do that time of year, when they're in this soft shell state, they're going to come together. They're going to form a big mass. Safety in numbers. Where your cruise ship docked at today, they were working on one of the docks, getting ready for the ships about 10 years ago, and the workers, they looked over the side down into the water, and they thought they saw a rock. They called up the harbor master and said, "How are you going to get a ship in here? You got a big rock right there." He said, "Well, there should be. We'll get a diver." And what the diver found that day was a mass of these golden king crab bigger than this boat. That was the time of year they'd come together to protect each other.
这样，这边削断，削断。这样条条比较好看。
好，一下。
我等一下放这边的时候，然后那边。
你要分3哦。
再大只。你就编错啊。
不要分3段，这样分3，不要分3，分3这样这个也太长了。你要分3，一开始不要分3，这样抬起来会很丑。
啊，你修对啊，东西，你要这样子斜切。
所以要分3，要分3。
这样斜切，另外你怎样切？
给它上去就这样子啊，就这样断而已啊。可是这太大了。
你如果对前面这里，如果你要分3，这前面要变很小啊，这么大。
就斜切呗。
对啊。
斜一点。对。
这太硬了吧？我好难切，我手好酸哦。
这就不行了。
那个也不行。
太硬了吧？靠铁了，手扭到了。
所以要分3条。
分3。
开3条。
开3。
这样嘞。
斜一点，你又变直的。
那么斜。
对呀。那个有没有？
啊，这样我马上下去。最卡的对吧？我。
那你要斜一点啊。哎呀，那3规了。
硬的啊。够硬的。哪里？不到我吧？ 蓝蟹蟹膏不能煮，是因为怎样？太臭。臭，不要。我你知道吗？有味道吗？那个你要蟹膏，我们那个辅助应该有，那个退股。要忘了再退股。